Hi guys, the goal of today's video is to show you how to use Spartakus APM with regards to route-based vibration program. Something to keep in mind is Spartakus is not a vibration analysis software. On the other hand, Spartakus is really there to replace your Excel, your Word, your PDF, or any other type of software that you use for vibration reporting. So with that being said, Spartakus is independent of whatever technologies or provider that you're using to run your in-house vibration route-based program. Vibration analysis is a predictive technology that you're only able to report once you're sitting back at your desk after you analyze the whole raw data. With that being said, here's our workflow. So you're going to take your portable handheld data collector, go into the field. If there's 50 assets, you collect all 50 assets. And then once you go back to your desk, you're going to load your data into your vibration analysis software. It's at this point that things change a little bit. Rather than looking at every single data point and reporting every detail in an Excel file or a Word file, you're going to open Spartakus on a different screen. And as you look at your raw data, you're going to report directly in Spartakus. You'll be able to select specific failure modes, specific observations, and even add pictures to your result. Let me show you how this is done. So in Spartakus, this is what we call our route planners page. So in this, you'll be able to see all your routes with regards to vibration or any other type of technologies. You'll be able to see what's the technology, the frequency, who has to perform it, the duration of the route, the last execution, the next execution, if it's assigned to someone, and if it's late in time. Let's say I just completed my vibration route and I'm ready to report. I would come here and click on play. Tells me, are you sure you want to execute this route? I'm going to say yes. And then this is my screen. Keep in mind that technically I should have a separate screen on which I'm looking at my raw data coming directly from the vibration analysis software. On the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to have all the assets and all the points that are included within this route. So you see here, I have a couple motors from a different sort of pumps. And it's fairly simple. As I will click on each of those tasks, the right-hand side of the screen will adapt. So if I click for the first one, for instance, I have information about my component. I know on which asset am I performing it. And it also says my name, at what time that I started, the date. And also once I'll be done, it will indicate the duration of the total route. So you can also keep track of theoretical versus practical value of the vibration program that you've built. A couple of things that I can see. Here I'm on my asset and I can directly see what's the current held status of this asset. So based on past inspections, I can see that this motor is already at 75%. And there's also something that we have within Spartakus, which is called operational risk. So how much money is at risk today by having my asset not to 100%. If I scroll down, these are the options that I have when I start doing my reporting. If I don't see any problem, I'm looking at the spectrum, I'm going to hit OK. If it's not accessible, I can also document that this asset was not accessible. And then if I see a problem, I could create a problem which would either, some of them would classify them as exceptions or as alerts. Let's say I'm looking at my spectrum and I see an alert. So I'm going to click on problem detected. If I click on this, I will get an alert window. Spartakus, being a reliability platform, the first thing they're going to ask us to do is to select a failure mode. Automatically, since this is a vibration route, all my failure modes will be associated with vibration. So as you can see here, I got unbalance, looseness, misalignment, etc. So for instance, I could click on looseness. Then the second thing, I need to assign a priority level. By default, a 1 is something that is super urgent. We need to stop the machine right away or perform a corrective action. 2 would be, we can plan it at the next shutdown. And then 3 would be, we saw something, but let's start planning ahead in time, put it in the backlog and start planning the corrective action. So let's say in this case, I'm looking at my component and I classify it as a 2. Then my observations. So as you can see here, I selected my failure modes. So all my observations will be directly linked to the selected failure mode. So this is what I'm expected to see in my waveform and my spectrum if I have looseness. Same thing for my recommendation. I got a drop-down menu, all related to looseness. So I can click here, check all support bolts, and locate incorrect looseness. Why do we have drop-downs menu here? We want to make this as standardized as possible, whether it's me reporting, my colleague, or anybody else within the company. If we see the same thing within the spectrum, we should expect the same things. This will gladly help when later on we want to pull KPIs everything will be automatically generated. Other couple fields to fill here, I can enter my RPM value, and I can also select other diagnostic, again, that are pre-filled based on our experience in the vibrations field. Same thing here, and I can also add other additional recommendation. Keep in mind that you can always come in, you can see here, this is a free text. I could come in and enter specific free text myself. We kind of touched on it earlier. Every alert can be attached with a potential cost. So this is something that can be done here. Two things where we do this. If you attach a potential cost to an alert, and you do this for every alert, when it comes time to assess corrective actions, you're going to go where the cost is the highest. And then second thing, if you're able to address your corrective actions prior to the failure, Spartacus is going to record those as cost savings. So that's something that can be done directly within Spartacus. So I hit save, and now if we go back to this component right here, I see my looseness issue that has been documented with the failure mode and observations that I just listed. So automatically, Spartacus brought me to the second step because I completed the first one, but just going back to what we just filled, if I come back here, we see my looseness alert and the color orange, which is the priority level we've selected. I see my observations, recommendations, basically everything that we just filled. And what we ask our analysts to do when we open an exception or an alert is to attach a snapshot of the spectrum. Why do we do this? If there's a picture attached to an alert and then in 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, I want to go back in time, I'm going to have this little snapshot attached to my alert. This really avoids going back to the vibration analysis software, do more digging. Everything's in here. You've done the work once, you've done reporting once. Let's make sure all the data is centralized within Spartacus. Now I'm going to do a next result. So let's say I skip this one and we'll get back to it in a minute. I go directly to this one. Again, I have the option to select one of those 4 options, and I could click not accessible just to show you. And then when you click not accessible, you have the ability to select why was it not accessible. So was it lack of time, client's request, backup? So this also kind of gives you insight at the end of the years when you're looking at KPIs of why some assets are not performed during the year. So this one we just saved, it's 100%, and as we see here, it's labeled as not accessible. Going back to the task we just skipped earlier, Spartacus is not allowing me to start from scratch. Why is that? It's because we see that there's an unbalanced issue that was labeled last time we did the inspection. With that being said, the software forces us to take a decision on that past alert. So rather than having a vibration program to which we open alerts after alerts after alerts and never address them, Spartacus requires to take action. So let's say I'm looking at my raw data and I see that the problem is solved. I could click here, problem is solved. And then automatically I get the okay, we're now back to 100%. I see the raised flag here saying that the alert is now closed. And then I can also add a comment or comment on the diagnostic. I can also mark this as a saving if I would like to. So I could click on this and say yay. I can put the right amount. And once I'm done, I would hit save and go on to the next task. The workflow is pretty much the same as we go to this whole list. So as you can see here, I have a list of another 7 or 8 components to tackle. I'm not gonna do them right now, but if I were to do them, I would click on them one by one and simply put my observations based on what I see. Once you'd be done, you would click complete round, and then your result will be uploaded to Spartacus. So as we can see here, we've got our 3 results that we just entered. If I were to complete this route, I would come in and do the exact same thing for the 8 other components included within this route. And then once you'll be done, you would click on complete route, and then I'm gonna show you what's the outcome of using such module within Spartacus. All right, guys, so now that we look at how to execute routes within the route planner, let's look at the outcome of using Spartacus, and I'm gonna click on asset health. So if I click on asset health, this is our main dashboard when we use Spartacus. So as we did earlier, we selected one of the 5 color code, and each color code is associated with the percentage of asset health. When I'm looking at all those results combined together, I see my overall asset health of 62%. Keep in mind, Spartacus is not only for vibration, and this is my asset health of all technologies combined. If I were to come in and only select my vibration result, I could do it and look at my results, which would be 82%. So I'll unfilter this for the rest of the demo, but keep in mind that using Spartacus for vibration is the same principle for other PDM technologies. I can also track my bad actors, so which assets have the most clicks in terms of alerts, all technologies combined once again. And I can also track my operational risk, which at this moment as we speak, is around $80,000. Then what I could do next, on the left-hand side, I've got my areas. And then at the bottom here is those same areas, but they're ranked from worst asset health to the best asset health. As you'll see, if I navigate through my plant hierarchy, as I navigate through it, all my KPIs adapt depending on my location within the plant hierarchy. And then if I click on this conveyor right here, I see that there's a motor. And then if I click on my motor, this is where I will have all my latest inspection results of technologies. So scrolling down here, I can track my vibration result. I see that there's nothing for fluid analysis. I see there's a thermographic result, some inspection results, etc., for other type of technologies. If I go back to vibration, I can track my failure code that was listed when the route was executed. I can track my observations, diagnostic, and I can also see my spectrum attached to this alert. I can click on it if I want to get more details on it. I can also track my asset health progression over time. Now we see that it's always been at 50%. And if I scroll down, I can also see my failure history. So this is one example of a KPI dashboard that we get from using Spartacus. Other things that are also of interest, we can track your route compliance, which is automatically generated from using Spartacus. So you can track if the routes are completed in time. You can set some different thresholds, different limits with regards to your tolerance as a plant. And you can also track your task compliance. So are we hitting all the tasks within our route, or half of the time we send someone into the field, but yet the components are not accessible. So that's something that could be done within Spartacus. Also, when you click on a specific route itself, you can track when was it planned, when was it started on, who started it, when was it closed, the duration, the distance, and what was the percentage of completion when that was done. Another dashboard that we have from using Spartacus is our key performance indicator page, or our KPIs page. This is our main dashboard within Spartacus, so keep in mind that every time you're adding a result within Spartacus, you're selecting an asset health status, a failure mode, a technology, an asset type, and eventually everything is centralized within Spartacus and automatically gives you KPIs to gain more insight of your assets. So instead of being more and more tactical, you can start taking a step back and be way more strategic on the way you operate your assets and see the performance of your asset strategy. So you can track your health and operational risk over time. You can also track your result distribution in terms of asset health per time. You can track your savings in terms of the different technologies that you have deployed. And you can also track what are the bad actors in terms of failure modes that you selected, in terms of assets, in terms of asset classes. And note that all those graphs, they are interactive. So I could come here, click on my motor, and see the 15 occurrences that were listed inside the app. So in a nutshell, this is how customers and ourselves use the Spartacus to report vibration program. It's kind of the same process around other predictive technologies as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on our website. Thank you.